And another one that's not on the list of questions, so to speak, but Round Square has grown from what were probably 16 schools when you first became associated with it to nearly 100 now. What do you think Kurt Hahn would say now if he was sitting in the room with us and looking at the way Round Square is being run and what's happening to the organization?
Yeah, to continue, when I talked about this mission of mouth-to-mouth breathing, he would say, I'm sure, the organization of Round Square is too small. It should, we should find more schools. We should find more schools, especially in regions of the world where we haven't already schools. For example, South America or Middle East, Europe. And I know that we cannot make a marketing for Round Square. We have to be so attractive that they come and they want to join us. But I am sure that he would be, lucky that we are more than 100 schools, or 86 full members and 40 regional members. But he was never lucky that things are, good things should be spread up, and should engage more people to follow these ideas. And I'm always astonished how modern his ideas, these ideals as we have formulated it in Round Square, still are. So I think that he really had a good mission, and he would like very much that it's more widened all over the world. That's the wish of every missioner, and he was a missioner, I'm sure.
And then moving on to, other than someone like Kurt Hahn, who must have been inspirational to many people, but were there other people in your teaching career that inspired you, that were people you admired?
From Round Square?
From anywhere, other than Round Square. What were there people in your past that were special?
You mean in this field of teaching and schooling? Yeah. There's not one man, I think, or one woman, but I think I learned a lot from other headmasters, especially of German schools, because we talked today with Mr. Uckermann of Stanford Lake School, how you can become a good teacher or a good headmaster, because in Germany it's not the professional career is not really planned by state or by authorities, but you have to find your way. And I think that it was always made of personal relationships, that I met people with whom I communicated on the same level, and to have new ideas, to handle problems. So first it had been Jocelyn, without any question, because he taught me to be not a good teacher but a good housemaster. And then Bernhard Bueb from Salem, I learned a lot from him. He was a director, we worked together for years and years. Then there are several people in Germany like Rolf Mantler, I heard you know him personally, like Wolfgang Harder, and we were building up a sort of personal relationships in a club of young headmasters. We found this title when we were already 65 years old, but I think it was a very good basis of change of ideas and change of experiences. But I can't say that I am a follower of one person. So I think I learned a lot from different persons, and it was very interesting that looking back that I was rather successful in finding my way of being an educator and teacher.
What are some of your favorite memories of Round Square?
Yeah, because I started this interview with an address to His Majesty. I remember that we were the secret smokers of Round Square Conference. You know that Round Square schools are obliged to forbid smoking to pupils and later on to adults too. And I know that Hahn was a missioner of the so-called poison-free Leidenschaften, passions, but the patron of Round Square, he and me, I think we were the last smokers, and we were secret smokers, and so we joined behind the kitchen during Round Square conferences and talked together. We met for smoking, but especially for talking. And he was always a man, or you was always a man of good humor, and so we had nice meetings apart. Then I remember this being together with Roy McComish, who was the headmaster of Box Hill. Both of our daughters have been there, so we got friends, and he was the leader of this pilot project when we went to India. And for him it was terrible with which patience and quiet and calm manner these Indians participants of this pilot project react, because he was always, he felt that he was responsible, that the things go on, and he couldn't really tolerate this civilizations, I would say. And we talked about this, and I always said to Roy, please, may I help you in being more tolerant to other people of other cultures, because he was absolutely right. We should get forward in this project, but not in this way, in not respecting the Indian initiatives. Then Anne West, I always admired her because she was so engaged in doing the project work of Round Square. I met her when she was deputy head of Cobham Hall, and I think Roy McComish, Anne West, Jocelyn, the King, we got friends during these 3 decades of cooperation, and we did not only work together, but we had beautiful hours together, and we laughed a lot, and it was a very good time.
Last comment, perhaps a message to Round Square now and to people who will be a part of Round Square in the future. Would you, if you could say something to the Round Square family at the present, would you have a message for them?
I think the big advantage of Round Square should be kept up by all members. That means to me that Round Square grew up from a family to a clan and almost to a district, or perhaps people. Yeah? But and we have these ideals, starting with internationalism and ending with social service. But all schools all over the world are different personalities. And I think that Round Square always has to be keen to get in new members who are different, not only looking for people who are similar or for schools which are similar to Round Square schools, but to schools who enrich the whole scale of schools in the world. And I think then I would be really happy. I think then it stays a vital community if it is open for different schools from different countries. Yeah, and I think the mutual respect is one of the most important bases of Round Square ideal and reality.